26th of May 2025. This is a brand new edition of Newsfirst Primetime News coming to you live and direct from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. For the Newsfirst team, I am Jaima Ratnayaka.
And I am Hashni Patranal. First up is a look at your headlines for tonight.
Sri Lanka's Queen of the Silver Screen bids farewell. Imtiaz Bakir Makar rejects SJB's proposal to reclaim party chairmanship. Ambalangoda chief organizer of the UNP also resigns. Ghosts have taken control of the party, says a disgruntled Ravi.
අර භූතයෝ දෙන්න තුල තාම මේ පක්ෂ නැති කරනවා නේද? මේ අවස්ථාවේදී තමාලට ඒ පත් වෙලා තියෙන 7800කින් 381ක් ඒක හරියට පත් කරන්න බැරි තත්ත්වයක් ඇති වෙලා තියෙනවා.
Kehelia's coordinating secretary reveals misuse of public funds by his daughter, requests to appear as state witness. New Zealand to support development of multiple sectors in Sri Lanka. Visiting Deputy Prime Minister announces in joint statement. The final rites of Malini Fonseca, known and loved as the Queen of Sinhala cinema, were held today at the Independence Square in Colombo with full state honours. Malini Fonseca, the beloved queen of Sinhala cinema, who starred in films for over 5 decades, passed away on the 24th of May at the age of 78. Her death is a great loss to Sri Lankan arts, as she leaves behind a lasting legacy. Her remains were kept at the Tarangani Theatre of the National Film Corporation in Colombo till this morning, so the general public could pay their last respects. Thousands of fans and admirers came to honour her memory. Many religious leaders, politicians and fellow artists joined together to bid farewell and show their respect. President Anurukumara Disanayake also arrived last night to pay his final respects. After the public viewing ended at 7:30 a.m. today, her remains were taken in a procession to the Independence Square. By 9 a.m. it was placed there for the final public tribute. Massive crowds of people, including actors, musicians and fans, waited to bid farewell. Many from politics, the arts and even sports were at the funeral to pay their final respects to Malini Fonseca.
සඳ සෙපායලා සුනිල නෙතුවක දල්වලා.
Until around 3 p.m. today, the general public were afforded the opportunity to pay their final respects to the late Dr. Malini Fonseca. Afterwards, Dr. Fonseca's remains were transported in a procession of vehicles to a special stage set up at the Independence Square in Colombo. The procession was led by her fellow alumni and artists from the Gurukula College in Calanian. The final rites then began with full state honours.
මාලනියක්කේ මගේ නෝනේ අප ආයේ භෞතිකව හමු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. අපේ මතක මම්පෙත් තුල ඔබ අප සමග ඒ කිංකිණි සිනහව නගමින් හැමදාම ඇවිද යන බව අපට විශ්වාසයි.
Religious observances were held with the blessings of the Mahasangha, attended by her family members and fellow artists. Veteran actor Ravindran Benia shared his memories of the late Dr. Malini Fonseca.
මාල්නී ෆොන්සේකා මහත්මිය අවුරුදු 60ක් සිනමාවේ අග්‍රගණ්‍ය නිලිය ලෙස මේ පැවල් පවත්වූ වාර්තාව ලෝකේ කොහෙවත් හොයාගන්න බෑ. එතුමියට ජාතියක් වශයෙන් අපි සමුදෙන මේ මොහොත මොනතරම් හිඩසක් මොනතරම් රික්තයක් මේ රට තුල ඇති කරනවද?
Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya was also present at the funeral as she read out the condolence message sent by President Anura Kumara Dissanayaka during the event.
සමුගත් නිලි රැජනගෙන් හිස් වූ අසුන සිරිලක සිනමා ශේත්‍රයේ සදාකාලික හිස්තැනක් වනු ඇත. සිනමා රංගන පාසලක් අදටත් නැති ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ මාලිනී ෆොන්සේකා මැතිනිය දිවිය නිමා කරන්නේ සිනමා රංගන විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයක් ලෙසිනි. ඇය පළ කළ අසීමිත ප්‍රතිභාව සම කළ හැක්කේ ඇයටම පමණි. එතුමියට සමීප වන රූපන වේදිනියක බිහිකර ගැනුමට පවා තවත් දශක කිහිපයක් රජයක් ලෙස අප කැපවීමෙන් වැඩ කළ යුතුව ඇත. දුෂ්කර වුවද මාලිනියට උපහාර දැක්විය හැකි මග එයම පමණි.
Samanali Fonseca, who is the niece of Dr. Malini Fonseca, delivered a special address.
හැම කාලෙකම තාරකාවක් රැස්වලල්ලක් එක්ක ජීවත් වුණ ඇය අපේ විශාල පවුල ඇතුළේදී ඉතාම සාමාන්‍ය ගැහැණියක්. ඇය අප අතර තවදුරටත් නොහිටියත් ඇගේ චරිතයෙන් ගලන ආලෝකය අප බොහෝ දෙනෙකුගේ ජීවිත ඉදිරියටත් එළිය කරાવી.
Later, Dr. Malini Fonseca's body was carried by family members, friends and fellow artists, surrounded by floral tributes to the cremation site amidst the tears of her beloved fans. She was more than a star. She was the undisputed queen of Sinhala cinema. As we bid farewell to a true icon, we do so not with goodbye, but with deep gratitude. May the gates of heaven open wide to welcome the queen of our silver screen. Rest in peace, Dr. Malini Fonseca. Your light will never fade.
රන්දුවක් දොමා දුටුවේ සිතුවමක් දොමා දුටුවේ සිහිනයක් දොමා දුටුවේ ඔබේ ඒරුව සෙනෙහලතාවිය
Who did Trump call crazy?
Former chairman of the Samagi Janabalawegya, Imtiaz Bakir Makar, has once again turned down a request to return to the party's top position. A group of party members visited his residence and urged him to take up the chairmanship again.
Imtiaz Bakir Makar has once again declined a request to return as chairman of the Samagi Janabalawegya. In March this year, the former MP resigned from his post as SJB chairman. Discussions are ongoing to bring together opposition groups to establish control in several local government bodies, including the Colombo Municipal Council. Last night, a group of opposition party representatives gathered at a hotel in Koldupitiya.
කොහොමද මේ සාර්ථකද කොහොමද සාකච්ඡාව හැමදාම කරන දේවල් ආලෝක දෙයක් සභාව පිටවන් ඉස්ලෝංගීද හැමදාම කරන දේවල් සාකච්ඡා කියන්නේ හොඳ ගමනක් යනවද මේ සැරේ ඔව් හැමදාම ඉතින් අපි අලුත් වෙමින් යන්නේ කොහොමද සාර්ථකද හෝටලේට සාකච්ඡා සාර්ථකද විපක්ෂ නායකතුමා නම් කිව්වා හොඳයි කියලා හොඳයි ඈ සාර්ථකත්වයක් තියෙනවා අපි දන්නේ ඔක්කොම කොහොමද මේ කොහොමද සාකච්ඡා සාර්ථකද හොඳයි සම්මානයක් තියෙනවා හොඳයි කොහොමද කියන්නේ විපක්ෂ වීඩියෝ ගන්නද සාකච්ඡා සාර්ථකද කෑමකට ආවේ නායකතුමාත් එක්ක නෑ නෑ විපක්ෂ නායකතුමා කොහෙද ආවේ දැක්කේ නෑ අපිට හම්බුණා මට හම්බුණා නෑ මම දැක්කේ නෑ මේ මොකද උනේ දැක්කේ නෑ අපි නම් ආවේ වෙන ගමනක් හොඳයි මොකක්ද කියන්නේ උකුත් නෑ විශේෂයක් ඔබතුමාලා පිටවනවා කොළඹ නෑ ඒක කතා කරේ නෑ අපි හිතන්නේ දහම් වෙනකොට මොකද උනේ සාකච්ඡා විපක්ෂ නායකතුමාත් එක්ක මෙඩින් එකට අපි ආවේ මෙඩින් එකට මේ විපක්ෂ නායකතුමා කිව්වේ සාකච්ඡා හොඳයි කොහෙද දැන් කිව්වනේ කොහෙද විපක්ෂ නායකතුමා කොහෙද විපක්ෂ නායකද දැක්කේ කොහොමද තත්ත්වය අරනද
The Samagi Janabalawegya announced today that it will reveal its candidate for mayor of the Colombo Municipal Council tomorrow. This was during a media briefing held in Colombo.
The final decision on the mayor has been made. We'll announce it tomorrow. You can write this down. We will present someone with around 25 years of experience, someone who has a deep understanding of the municipal council ordinance. We'll introduce that person tomorrow. The name has just 2 letters.
However, SJB Colombo District MP SM Marikar said yesterday that he is unaware of the matters related to the Colombo Municipal Council.
I don't know anything about that. I am a member of parliament for the Colombo district. The party didn't involve me in the election process for the Colombo Municipal Council. I wasn't included in the process of forming this municipal council either. You should ask MP Mujibur Rahman about that. He is the one handling it. No, I wasn't given any responsibility. No responsibilities were assigned to me. Even though I got 50% of the vote from Colombo, I'm not involved. I'm one of the first 15 who formed this party. I sat in the front seat of the bus with Sajid Premadasa. I didn't hang on to the footboard, right? I'm also deputy organizer of this party. I'm also a member of the management committee of the party. Still, I don't know anything.
SJB MP Kavinda Jayawardena today expressed his views on the current internal crisis within the Samagi Janabalawegya. He said that the party had entrusted MP Mujibur Rahman with handling matters in Colombo and MP SM Marikar with managing Dehiwala at Mount Lavinia.
Definitely. Under the leadership of Mujibur Rahman and with the blessings of Sajid Premadasa, we are going to establish power in the Colombo Municipal Council. There's no reason for him to feel sad. He has been given responsibility for Dehiwala, Mount Lavinia. He's been entrusted with big responsibilities by the party in Kolandava as well. There's no reason for him to be upset. MP Mujibur Rahman and Sajid Premadasa are leading the program to select the mayor and handle the municipal council process.
In the
Dehiwala Mount Lavinia Municipal Council, the National People's Power secured 29 seats, while the Samagi Janabalawegya won only about 10 seats. The United National Party won 5 seats and the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna won 4 seats. The remaining 6 seats were divided among other parties and independent groups. Therefore, the National People's Power currently holds a clear near majority in the Dehiwala Mount Lavinia Municipal Council. Several electoral organisers of the Samagi Jana Balawegaya, including Deputy National Organiser Ranjit Aluvihare, have resigned from their organising positions, citing issues related to the appointment of representatives to local government institutions. Among those who have stepped down from their positions as electoral organisers are Rattot electoral organiser Ranjit Aluvihare, Dambula electoral organiser former Provincial Minister Attorney Champika Wijeratna, Bandarawala electoral organiser MP Chaminda Vijayasiri, Galle electoral organiser Banduralal Bandarigoda, co-electoral organiser for Nuwara district Ashoka Sepala, and Horo Upatana electoral organiser former provincial councillor Anura Buddhika. Due to issues surrounding the appointment of representatives to local government bodies, the chief organiser of Ambalangoda from the United National Party, Janit Vikramatilaka, has decided to resign from his position. He confirmed that he submitted his resignation letter to the party's general secretary. However, he added that the party has rejected his resignation. Meanwhile, former National Secretary of the United National Party, Ravi Karunanayaka, expressed his views on the current situation within the party.
The two ghosts are still destroying this party. At this moment, the party leadership is caught in a dilemma trying to satisfy 381 individuals from the 7,800, which is proving impossible. Look at the Colombo district. In Ratmalana and Dehiwala, 5 people were chosen, but the party can't pick a single person to represent them.
Newsfirst with the people.
Colombo Chief Magistrate Tanuja Lakmali today ordered that Nishantha Bandara Basnayaka, the former coordinating secretary to former minister Keheliya Rambukwella, be remanded until the 3rd of June. The order was issued this afternoon when officers of the Bribery Commission produced Basnayaka before court following his arrest on suspicion of committing an offence related to corruption. Officers of the Bribery Commission told the court that Nishantha Bandara Basnayaka, the former coordinating secretary to former minister Keheliya Rambukwella, the first suspect in the case, had allegedly deposited government funds from various ministries into a bank account that was openly maintained under Basnayaka's name, who is the third suspect in the case. They further stated that, according to Basnayaka's own testimony before the Bribery Commission, the funds in that account were used by Amali Rambukwella, daughter of former minister Keheliya Rambukwella. Start of court.
Your Honour, this suspect is being presented to court today as the third suspect in this case. He had served as the coordinating secretary to the first suspect, former Minister Keheliya Rambukwella. Investigations have revealed that a personal bank account held under this suspect's name at a private bank was used to deposit funds belonging to government ministries. Although the account was registered in his name, the funds were reportedly used by Amali Rambukwella, the daughter of the first suspect, former Minister Keheliya Rambukwella. This was revealed by the suspect himself in a statement given to the Bribery Commission earlier today. Deposits of 20,000 rupees, 30,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees and even amounts in the range of several hundred thousands were made into the account from time to time. The account, though under his name, was in fact operated by another party with his knowledge and consent. Your Honour, the suspect is believed to have knowingly aided and abetted in the commission of this offence. He is alleged to have deliberately committed the offence of corruption under the Bribery Act. As investigations are still ongoing, I request that the suspect be remanded in custody.
End of court. Appearing on behalf of the suspect, the defence counsel argued that his client should not be remanded but instead be treated as a state witness in the case. Start of court.
Your Honour, my client voluntarily appeared before the Bribery Commission and provided a full statement despite not being formally summoned. Although the bank account in question was registered under my client's name, all associated cards remain in the possession of the former minister's daughter. My client had not personally used the account and had no knowledge of the source of the funds being deposited, which were made under various individual names. My client had cooperated fully with investigators and had not withheld any information. Therefore, the defence maintains that remanding him is unnecessary and instead he should be considered as a state witness. He is fully prepared to assist the ongoing investigation and I request that he be released on suitable bail conditions.
End of court. After considering the facts, the magistrate ordered investigating officers to remand the suspect until the 3rd of June, ordering them to provide a progress update on the probe when the case is recalled on the same date. Former Minister Keheliya and his son Ramith Rambukwalla are currently in remand custody related to the same case.
Former Minister Duminda Disanayake, who was admitted to the prison hospital, is scheduled to see a specialist doctor today. The Department of Prisons said that based on the consultant's recommendations, further actions regarding Duminda Disanayake will be taken. The Department of Prisons said the former minister was admitted to the prison hospital based on a registered medical officer's recommendation, according to a court order. Meanwhile, the Department of Prisons also said that Ramith Rambukwalla, the son of former Health Minister Keheliya Rambukwalla, was admitted to the hospital following a registered medical officer's advice. However, the Department of Prisons said that after health checks, Ramith Rambukwalla was sent back to prison. Former Minister of Agriculture Mahindananda Alutgamage, who was held in remand custody over the import of substandard chemical fertilizer during the previous government, was released on bail today. Now, Colombo Chief Magistrate Tanuja Lakmali issued the order when the case was taken up today. Colombo Chief Magistrate Tanuja Lakmali granted bail after former Agriculture Minister Mahindananda Alutgamage paid a cash bail of 50,000 rupees along with 5 personal sureties worth 1 million rupees each. A travel ban was also imposed, preventing him from leaving the country. The magistrate warned him not to interfere with witnesses in the case. During the hearing, Anusha Sammanda Peruma, who appeared for the commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption, said that Mahindananda Alutgamage pressured the chairpersons of 2 fertilizer companies to issue LOCs linked to the scandal. Quote,
regarding the issuance of letters of credit related to this incident, a meeting was held on the 14th September 2021. At that meeting, a special committee was appointed. The secretary of this fertilizer committee, K. Anil, has already given a statement. According to him, the suspect, former minister, sent a letter pressuring the 2 fertilizer companies to issue those letters of credit. This shows that he knowingly committed a wrongful act. The 2 chairpersons of these fertilizer companies have given sworn statements to the Bribery Commission confirming that the suspect pressured them. The investigation into this matter is now at its final stage. If the suspect pressured any officials, including the chairpersons, it is unlikely that he would try to influence witnesses during the investigation. Therefore, I request that he be kept in remand custody.
End of quote. Representing the suspect, President's counsel Kalinga Indathissa told the court that there is no clear evidence that the former minister pressured witnesses and requested that he be released on bail. After hearing both parties, the Chief Magistrate granted bail to Mahindananda Alutgamage. The case is scheduled to be taken up again on the 11th of June. A case has been filed in the Colombo High Court against former Trade Minister Johnston Fernando and 2 others. They face allegations of causing losses to the government by removing a group of employees from Sirasa and involving them in political activities during his tenure as Trade Minister. The case was taken up today before Colombo High Court Judge Aditya Patabandige for evidence examination. After recording the witness testimonies, the court postponed further evidence collection until the 6th of June. The case was filed by the Bribery Commission against former Trade Minister Johnston Fernando, former Sirasa Chairman Iraj Fernando, and the former Minister's Coordinating Secretary Mohammad Shakir.
Test cricket.
It's not like other sports.
It's not just about power or speed.
It's about skill,
intelligence,
endurance.
This is cricket at its purest.
A battle of wills, of minds,
of hearts. The Mace, the ultimate prize.
Lords, the ultimate venue.
This is the ultimate
President Anurukumara Dissanayake met with New Zealand Deputy Prime Minister Winston Peters today. During the meeting, New Zealand applauded Sri Lanka's post-election progress and vowed continued financial support for long-term development. A meeting between Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs of New Zealand, Winston Peters, and President Anurukumara Dissanayake took place today at the President's office. Conveying greetings on behalf of the government and the people of New Zealand, Deputy Prime Minister Peters congratulated President Dissanayake on his victory in both the presidential and general elections. He reaffirmed the long-standing friendship between the two nations and acknowledged the recent re-establishment of diplomatic relations. Deputy Prime Minister Peters expressed the Government of New Zealand's strong appreciation for the positive developments taking place in Sri Lanka following the recent presidential and general election victories. He acknowledged the significant steps taken by the new administration towards political stability, economic recovery and social progress and commended the leadership of President Anurukumara Dissanayake in steering the country in the right direction. He further emphasized that New Zealand recognizes Sri Lanka's current trajectory as a promising foundation for sustainable growth and long-term development. In this context, he announced that the New Zealand government remains committed to deepening its financial support in the future. President Anurukumara Dissanayake noted that Deputy Prime Minister Peters' visit marks the beginning of a new chapter in Sri Lanka-New Zealand relations. The President briefed Deputy Prime Minister Peters on Sri Lanka's progress in economic, social and political stabilization following the recent elections. He emphasized the government's commitment to further strengthen these areas to ensure long-term national development. The President also highlighted the importance of reconciliation, noting that long-standing divisions among the people had led to prolonged conflict. He stated that his government is prioritizing peace building and national unity as key pillars of the reconciliation process. Discussions also explored opportunities to enhance bilateral cooperation in key sectors such as agriculture, education and tourism. Both parties expressed their commitment to working closely to advance these areas of mutual interest.
Sri Lanka and New Zealand are set to establish a formal trade and economic dialogue aimed at expanding bilateral cooperation across key sectors, including trade, agriculture, education, tourism and sports. The announcement was made following high-level talks between Sri Lanka's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism Vijitha Herath and New Zealand's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Winston Peters during his official visit to Colombo.
Sri Lanka's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism, Vijitha Herath, and New Zealand's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Winston Peters met in Colombo for talks. Following discussions, they spoke to reporters at the Foreign Ministry premises.
Minister Peters and I had wide-ranging and productive discussions today, focused mainly on advancing our interest in the areas of trade and investment, agriculture, education, tourism and sports. We welcomed the negotiations held so far and discussed working towards the establishment of a trade economic dialogue with New Zealand, through which we hope to streamline collaboration across multiple sectors and promote growth and prosperity for Sri Lanka and New Zealand. New Zealand's long-standing support for Sri Lanka's dairy industry, including initiatives like the Dairy Excellence Training Initiative, has had a transformational impact on rural livelihoods. We agreed to continue and deepen this valuable partnership in the dairy sector. Strengthening institutional integrity is a national priority. We expressed interest in establishing direct cooperation between Sri Lanka's Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption and New Zealand's anti-corruption agencies. We explored deeper sports collaboration, including training opportunities for young Sri Lankan athletes in cricket and rugby, and programs for women's empowerment, particularly focused on financial management, entrepreneurship, and diplomacy. Sri Lanka values its partnership with New Zealand and will continue to work closely, bilaterally, regionally and multilaterally to promote shared values, enhance regional cooperation and foster a peaceful, rules-based international order.
For nearly 75 years, education has been the pillar of the relationship, starting with the training of Sri Lankan dental nurses in New Zealand under the Colombo Plan. Now we can count over 200 Sri Lankan alumni of New Zealand's scholarship programs. We're delighted also to note further strengthening of these links and through cooperation on tourism research between New Zealand's University of Otago and the University of Colombo. For many years, the New Zealand-Sri Lanka relationship has been encompassing development cooperation aimed at strengthening resilience in vulnerable communities, increasing food security, and contributing to disaster response. We're proud today to announce another such link, the Sustainable Water and Livelihoods Project, which will support farming households to improve their health and income generation. On security, we shared views on the increasingly challenging global environment and the interconnected challenges for development, trade, and security in the Indo-Pacific region. We remain committed to our cooperation across immigration, customs, police, and defence. We discussed the growing number of New Zealand's companies working with and investing in Sri Lanka or looking to work with Sri Lankan partners. Many of these collaborations will deliver benefits for Sri Lanka in the tourism, agriculture, and healthcare sectors. We also discussed the key role to government cooperation between our food safety and border agencies plays to improve food safety standards, reduce red tape at the border, and increase Sri Lanka's market access capabilities.
In the year ended December 2024, New Zealand exported $446.95 million of total goods and services to Sri Lanka and imported $100.5 million, representing a trade balance of $346.45 million and a total trade value of $547.44 million. This represented 0.4% of all exports of total goods and services in this time period and 0.1% of imports. For trade in total goods and services, Sri Lanka ranked 27 of 238 for highest export value, 48 of 241 for highest import value, and 35 of 244 for highest total trade value. Among the top products exported from New Zealand to Sri Lanka, dairy products stood out as the highest. This stood at $327.07 million. Coffee, tea and spices were the highest among the top products imported, which stood at $13.36 million.
The Hambantota port has slashed vehicle clearance time with new reforms.
The Hambantota International Port Group, or the HIPG, has launched a comprehensive set of processes to address recent concerns over delays in vehicle clearance following a surge in imports since February 2025. Over 9,151 vehicles, both brand new and used, have entered the country through the port in recent months, placing significant pressure on port operations. In response, HIPG has implemented system upgrades and procedural improvements aimed at streamlining the clearance process. A key enhancement is the decoupling of customs clearance from internal port payments, allowing vehicles to proceed to the customs inspection bay immediately after release from the port, even before port-related payments are finalized. A key enhancement is the decoupling of customs clearance from internal port payments, allowing vehicles to proceed to the customs inspection bay immediately after release from the port, even before port-related payments are finalized. This parallel processing is expected to significantly reduce bottlenecks. A high-level delegation from the Ministry of Mines of the Government of India conducted a 3-day visit to Sri Lanka on the 22nd of May 2025, aimed at fostering potential collaborations within the island nation's vital mines and minerals sector. Now, the delegation, which included representatives from India's leading public sector mining companies, sought to explore investment avenues, promote technical cooperation, and discuss joint initiatives for value addition.
A team from India's Ministry of Mines, leading a delegation of top public sector mining companies, wrapped up a 3-day visit to Sri Lanka on the 22nd of May. Their mission is to explore investment, technical cooperation and joint value addition initiatives within the island nation's crucial mines and minerals sector. During their visit from the 20th to 22nd of May, the Indian delegates engaged in productive discussions with various key figures and institutions in Sri Lanka. The delegation notably called on Sunil Handunetti, Minister of Industries and Entrepreneurship Development. They also held significant meetings with the chairpersons of crucial Sri Lankan mineral sector state-owned enterprises, and further discussions were held with the Director General of the Board of Investment and other senior government officials, underscoring a comprehensive engagement with Sri Lanka's industrial and economic policymakers. The core objectives of the visit revolved around identifying viable investment and collaboration opportunities, facilitating the transfer of advanced mining technologies through technical cooperation, and outlining joint projects aimed at enhancing the value of Sri Lanka's mineral resources. In addition to the official discussions, the Indian delegation undertook strategic site visits to key mining locations across Sri Lanka.
24 newly constructed houses were officially handed over to low-income families in Jim Brown Nagar, Mannar today.
The 24 newly constructed houses in Jim Brown Nagar, Mannar were built as part of the Model Village Housing Scheme funded by the Government of India. The handover ceremony was attended by officials including High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka Santosh Jha and Deputy Minister of Housing TB Sarath. Beneficiary families and local residents also attended the event.
Under the island-wide Model Village project, support is being provided to construction of houses for 24 low-income families in each of the 25 districts of the country. So far, we have inaugurated model villages in 13 districts and handed them over to the beneficiary. Construction and renovation of 45,000 houses under the Indian Housing Project, upgradation of facilities at Jaffna Teaching Hospital and District General Hospitals at Kilinochchi and Mullaitivu, hybrid renewable energy project in 3 islands of Jaffna, financial assistance to meritorious students from economically weaker sections of the society. These are all a small indicative sample of our ongoing and completed initiatives in the province. And we are continuing with this endeavor.
Indiano agamati apé
Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Indian government has extended financial assistance to help meet the basic housing needs of families living below the poverty line in 21 districts across Sri Lanka. On behalf of our government and our people, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Prime Minister Modi, the High Commissioner and the people of India.
The housing project was launched in 2017.
Far from the city noise, under a mango tree, children turn broken desks into a stage. They sing, they dance, they try. No bright lights, no big crowds, just a small school and big dreams. Change is coming. An open-air stage for the Kattaragama Primary School. Gamatha, for the people, by the people.
Test cricket.
ලෝකයක් බලා ඉන්න. ලෝකයෝ හැපෙන. ලෝක ටෙස්ට්
Welcome back to the news. SOSO Pops 2025, a trilingual extravaganza, was held in Colombo yesterday.
SOSL Pops 2025, organised by the Symphony Orchestra of Sri Lanka, was held in Colombo yesterday. Conducted by Nishantha Varnakula Surya, the concert brought a dynamic lineup headlined by Sri Lanka's iconic pop duo Bhatia and Santosh, better known as BNS. Joining them were the immensely talented Shyam Dean and Dr. Arunanthi, bringing their unique artistry to this multicultural showcase. Adding rich harmony to the performance is the renowned Old Joe's Choir, further elevating the concert's grandeur. Music lovers experienced an unforgettable evening celebrating unity through the universal language of music.
The Gateway Group celebrated student excellence, creativity and talent at the Big Spark Awards Day 2025.
The annual awards ceremony 2025 of Big Spark by Gateway was held in Colombo yesterday, celebrating excellence across multiple avenues. High achievers from the Gateway Language Centre, Gateway School of Speech and Drama and the Gateway School of Computing were recognized during the ceremony for their exceptional performances. The event was attended by Chairman of the Gateway Group, Dr. Harsha Alas, along with other guests. Big Spark by Gateway 2025 honoured creativity, innovation and academic brilliance of students, marking yet another milestone for the Gateway Group. US President Donald Trump has said he is not happy with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin following Moscow's largest aerial attack yet on Ukraine. At least 12 people were killed and dozens injured in Ukraine overnight Sunday after Russia fired 367 drones and missiles, the highest number in a single night since Putin launched a full-scale invasion in 2022. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky earlier said Washington's silence over recent Russian attacks was encouraging Putin, urging strong pressure, including tougher sanctions on Moscow. President Donald Trump said yesterday that Russian President Vladimir Putin, quote-unquote, has gone absolutely crazy and that he is not happy with what Putin is doing after Moscow launched its largest aerial attack of its 3-year war on Ukraine overnight.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
Trump also told reporters on Sunday evening that he is absolutely considering additional sanctions against Russia, which Zelensky has pushed for. Trump previously said he would not join in any new sanctions because he thought there is a chance of progress, but remarked that could change.
And that's a wrap of Primetime News for tonight.
Thank you for watching.
Good
night.